Namaskar and a very good morning. Welcome to the audiocast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide, Anindya Bannerjee. Kal ka budget was very positive and constructive. The focus was clearly on continued support for growth. The government did not make the mistake of focusing too much on fiscal consolidation over the short term at the expense of growth, because private investment is still anemic and it will take another 12 months to 18 months of sustained growth, which has to be driven by the government spending for the private capex to come up. Because private sector has largely a very strong balance sheet now after years of deleveraging, and they have been able to come out of the COVID scar more or less. But because of low capacity utilization, private capex is not going to happen immediately. It will take another 12 to 18 months of economic recovery for that to happen. So government needs to do the heavy lifting, and that's exactly what they have done. So capital expenditure that is expected to go up by 24% in FY23. That's over a high base of this year. With this financial year, it is going up by 41%. So on a high base, it's still climbing at a rapid rate, which is going to be very positive for growth. The focus is on infrastructure creation. The focus has been on promoting local manufacturing or localization, and government has used the PLI scheme, change in the import duty structure to allow that to happen. The focus of the budget has also been on improving tax, or rather ease of tax compliance. And fourth, it has avoided any populist measures. So this government has generally avoided populist measures. So that has continued to be the theme in this budget as well. So it's a fantastic budget, pro-growth, and it's going to be good for the economy. So equity market doing well is not a surprise. But kal bond yields or Indian rupee both, dollar rupee or bond yields both increased. Why? Because एक तो जो fiscal deficit है for this financial year has gone up much more than expected, and the most importantly जो net borrowing number है या gross borrowing number है, basically the amount of borrowing which the government has to do from the market, that is going to be much higher than what the market was expecting. And one more important point, the budget was silent on the tax amendment जो ज़रूरत है to allow Indian government bonds to become a part of the global bond indices of Barclays and of Bloomberg. So this is the reason why the bond yields shot up. So एक तरफ because of the high borrowing, दूसरे तरफ because it was silent on that aspect of tax amendment, and जिसका direct impact आया on the dollar rupee, which also pulled back. But अगर हम लोग dollar rupee का ये price structure देखें, जब तक 75 के नीचे spot है या 75, 15, 20 के नीचे Feb futures है, तब तक the bias is going to be slightly downward. There is no momentum on either side. Since mid of Jan, जो ये uptrend हुआ है, either the uptrend and now the downtrend is lacking momentum. So it's changing fast इसके लिए, but the bias is slightly downward जब तक 75 के नीचे spot hold कर रहा है. तो 74, 50 और 75 का फिलहाल का एक range है. That is also being corroborated by the option open interest. अगर आप option open interest देखें of the option sellers, 74 half put, 75 call and 75 25 call में large open interest is accumulating, which means they're expecting a very range bound kind of a market with lack of momentum. But in case agar dollar rupee is able to sustain above 75, then this downward bias will be negated, and we may see an upside towards 75 30 levels on the spot and 75 45 50 on the future. So 75 on the spot level is a critical resistance now. One can even look at, because it's largely a range bound, so one can even look at selling out of money strangles in this kind of say a range bound market. And if you're using futures, stick to intraday trades. On international currencies, we continue to be bullish on GBPINR as one currency out of the all three. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Bannerjee signing off. A fantastic day ahead.